everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new series, A Condo Diorama in 1/6 scale for Marilyn Monroe. I added a poll to my channel to help me decide on a couple of things for Marilyn's condo design. Thank you all so much for voting. Looks like most people want a terrace and also want me to make the windows from scratch. Okay, cool. Now I can put the dollhouse away. I'll probably use it as an extension to another dollhouse makeover. I have all the styrofoam. I've been saving it from packages. First I need to cut the styrofoam to size so I can plan out where the windows and terrace doors will go and how big they should be. Two of the larger pieces are a little soft and one is a bit harder. Here's my plan for the walls. Looks like I won't have to cut any bit off the height, just the width of the styrofoam. I labeled each wall with a number. Wall 2 is part of the kitchen and close to the entrance. I measured for 16 inches, but this board is only 14.5 inches, and I think I'm going to make that work. For wall 5, where the terrace doors will be, I'm going to use the harder styrofoam. Because I have to cut out a bigger hole for the door and windows, it's a lot sturdier than the other two pieces. This one is wall 3 and will be part of the kitchen with the window in the dining room. Wall 4 is 25 inches wide. This wall will be for the living room and will have 2 windows. I also need some foam board. I just had some glossy ones and I prefer the other finish. I think it'll take the glue a lot better. And luckily the Dollar Tree had a lot in stock. They usually don't. I'm grabbing 10 pieces. I'm cutting wall 4 to size first. Wall 4 is going to be 25 inches wide. I'm also cutting 2 pieces of the foam board to the same size of the styrofoam. The foam boards are going to sandwich the styrofoam. It'll be easier to work with styrofoam, like painting or gluing on wallpaper, instead of doing it over the styrofoam. It also makes the wall stronger. Wall 5 is the one on the far right where the doors will be for the terrace or balcony. Is it terrace or balcony? Let me Google it. Okay, a terrace is a large flat open outdoor area, often at ground or rooftop level, which can be attached to a building or be a freestanding structure. A balcony is a smaller elevated platform that projects from an upper floor room and is typically only accessible from that specific room. Okay, it's a balcony and that's what I'll call it from now on. Wall 5 is 23.5 inches wide. Looks like this piece I cut off wall 5 can be the new wall 2 because it's 15 inches wide, just a little bit bigger than the other one. Perfect. Wall 3 is the kitchen and dining room wall. There will be a seam in between wall 3 and 4. I'll probably cover it up with curtains or a long tube covered with wallpaper. Okay, all the first cuts are done. I'm putting the boards up on the table to plan out how big the windows and doors should be. I'm going to put the shelf in the middle. It'll act like a wall on one side and shelves on the other. So there'll be two entrances into the living area. I'm going to glue on a piece of furniture on this side of the shelf, so the shelf will be a lot sturdier than it is now. It's a bit wobbly. Okay, to wall 5, where the French doors and windows will be. I'm grabbing Marilyn so she can help. And some graph paper. I think the width of the doors will be 4 inches wide, and I think the windows on each side will be 2 inches. The height I'm thinking is 14 inches for the doors and 2 inches for the windows. So that's 12 inches wide, but I think I'll add another inch, so it'll be 13 inches. And the height is 16 inches, but I'm also going to add another inch to 17 inches. On this wall, there will be 2 windows with a fireplace in the middle. I like the height, but maybe too wide. Yeah, that's too wide. The windows are going to be 3.5 inches by 11 inches. That's better. Lots of room for the fireplace. I'm building the windows with coffee stir sticks, popsicle sticks, and skewers. For the dining room, I want a bigger window. I think the size of the page is good, 8.5 by 11. I'm going to use the graph paper as a template to help me build the windows. I'm thinking I make the windows first and then cut out the styrofoam to fit them in. Okay, I changed the size of the window to 3 by 10 inches. And I also changed the size of the dining room window to 8 by 10 inches. For the balcony doors and windows, I'm taping sheets of the graphic paper together. My plan was to use these graph sheets to create a template so I can glue on dowels and popsicle sticks. But I took a thrift break and went to Valley Village, and I found this metal basket I think will be perfect to use as my windows. And it should make it a lot easier, and they're going to be stronger. I'm sure my wire cutters can cut through this. Nope, they didn't work. How about my little saw? Nope, that didn't work either. I checked out my toolbox and I have these rusty old wire cutters and it's working. It's not easy, I have to put a lot of pressure on it, but at least it's working. I should cover my table so I don't scratch it up. Okay, I have to make more cuts. So I bought these wire cutters at Amazon, not sponsored. I'm going to add a trim around the wire, but I need to cut down the wire bits. The living room windows are now 4 by 11 inches. These wire cutters are great. For the balcony doors and windows, I think this height will work. The doors will be 4 by 14 inches, and the windows will be 2.5 by 10.5 inches. I think I'll make the windows smaller. Ooh, I don't have enough for the dining room window. So I went to another Value Village, and yes, I can't believe it, there was another basket exactly like the other one. I'm going to cut it all up. Looks like I'll have enough for other projects as well. I'm going to wrap the wire with these coffee stir sticks. But most of these are rejects from previous projects, so I'm going to open up a new bag. I'm sorting through them to make sure they're all the same size and not crooked. The coffee stir sticks don't cover the wire on the side, so I'm going to cut them down further with the wire cutters. I'm so glad I bought these. Sorry about the camera angle, it does get better. I think I'll cut up the coffee stir sticks shorter. It might stick better to the wire if I do it in small bits. I don't like how the sides turned out. That didn't work. I'm going to try again. I think I need to add more wood in between the metal sides so the coffee stir sticks will have wood to grip onto and it should be more even. I'm hoping. I'm using these little sticks. There's still a gap, so I'm applying some hot glue across the side and letting it dry before I glue on the other coffee stir sticks. Okay, that looks much better. Now I have the formula. I'm using popsicle sticks to cover the sides. That looks good. Now I need to redo the other one. Okay, I just have the balcony doors to finish, but my table is really messy and I need to clean it up before I work on the doors. I'm cleaning up most of the glue. I'm going to apply spackle to cover all the gaps. I'm covering up the inside first, letting it dry, and then sanding it down, and then I'll cover the outside bits, just in case I didn't cover up all the inside gaps. The windows and doors are done. I just have to paint it, but first I want to get the walls ready. I want to glue on a piece of foam board on the inside trim of the window cutouts, so I'm measuring it with the foam board. I'm trimming down the top of the styrofoam and foam boards as well so they're all the same size, because I might add a ceiling to Marilyn's condo. I'm using this wallpaper paste to glue it all together. It's kind of old, so I'm hoping I won't have any issues with it. And then I grabbed all my heavy decor to lay on top of the boards. While the boards are drying, I'm going to paint the windows and doors. I'm going to use foam board and these plant label sticks for the inside trim around the window to make the windows fit. I'm gluing on popsicle sticks around the window trim, so all the windows will lay against it so they're all in the same position. Uh-oh, the glue didn't work so well on this one. I'll have to re-glue it. Okay, I'm going to take another break, maybe go thrifting. I'll have to finish the windows in the next episode, and I will only be working on these walls until they're done. So I'll have another diorama video on Thursday. I just want to see how it looks so far, so I'm setting them up. I love it. Please tell me what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.